The Witcher, the complete sequel of the first piece, comes in Unreal Engine 5. The Witcher is where it all started for us, for CD Projekt Red. It was the first game we made, ever, and it was a big moment for us then. Going back to this place and remaking the game for the next generation of gamers to experience it feels just as big, if not bigger, said Adam Badowski, head of studio, CD Projekt Red, in an announcement post. Collaborating with Fool's Theory on the project is just as exciting, as some of the people there have been previously involved in the Witcher games. They know the source material well, they know how much gamers have been looking forward to seeing the remake happen, and they know how to make incredible and ambitious games. And although it will take some time before we're ready to share more about and from the game, I know it'll be worth the wait. CD Projekt Red has announced several projects in recent weeks, with its most recent reveal being that the Witcher Remake is in development on Unreal Engine 5. As many know, CD Projekt Red's biggest and most prolific franchise is The Witcher. The second and third games of the trilogy have always received the most attention, but knowing the first game is being brought up to current levels is exciting for the franchise as a whole. Of course, The Witcher Remake isn't the only project within the franchise, as CD Projekt Red is working on PS5/Xbox Series X upgrades for The Witcher 3. It is also working on the first major Cyberpunk 2077 DLC, Phantom Liberty, and beginning work on a proper sequel. There's also Project Hadar, which is a brand new, original IP for the studio. That's a lot for any one studio, but it should be noted most of this is in early development, save Cyberpunk's DLC and The Witcher 3's upgrades. Remember when developer CD Projekt Red announced they were going to an outside studio of Witcher veterans with an open-world, story-driven film? The project was named Project Canis Majoris and was part of an announcement at the studio earlier this month. A remake of The Witcher 1 turns out to be based on it. The remake will use a fundamental redesign, based on the Fool's Theory concept. According to CD Projekt Red, the studio specializes in RPGs and has experienced developers who have previously worked on The Witcher 2, Assassins of Kings, and The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. According to Badowski, some of the people at Fool's Theory, the studio behind the remake, also worked on past Witcher games, so he believes they know the source material very well. Don't expect to be playing the remake anytime soon, though, as the studio head said in a press release that it will take some time before they are even ready to show anything of the game, and that it's still in the early stages of development. This Unreal 5 Witcher remake was previously known as codename Canis Majoris, as revealed earlier in October via CDPR's long-term product outlook update. Alongside that project, we also learned of another Witcher game in development by the Molasses Flood. And we know that CDPR themselves are working on a brand new Witcher trilogy, also using Unreal 5 in conjunction with custom tools made by the studio itself. In fact, the tools and tech CDPR is building for those future games are being used by Fool's Theory on this new Witcher Remake project. No other details were shared by CDPR or Fool's Theory about the upcoming RPG remake, which makes sense. Not only because it's still early in development, but also because CDPR is likely going to be more careful about announcing and marketing future games after the rough launch and backlash it faced with Cyberpunk 2077. While the game is mostly in a good place today, it took some time to get there and the whole situation has likely left an impact on the studio. The Witcher Remake will be supervised by CD Projekt Red. The Witcher is where it began for us, for CD Projekt Red, said Adam Badowski, head of CDP Studio. This was the first game we've ever played and was a big moment for us back then. Being back home and reconfiguring the game, the next generation of gamers should experience the game, but it may sound as big as it is. The Witcher Remake was previously discussed under the codename Canis Majoris, and according to CD Projekt Red, it's still early for the game. The studio wants to make sure it is recreated with the utmost care and attention to detail. Therefore, CD Projekt Red is asking for patience alongside this exciting news. It is still in early development with Unreal Engine 5, with the project outsourced to the Polish development studio Fool's Theory, which includes veterans of the Witcher series on staff. CD Projekt Red is maintaining full creative supervision over the project. Badowski says that Fool's Theory has the basic knowledge of the source material, that they know how excited players were for that remake, and that they can make realistic, ambitious games. He adds it will be a long time before the CD will or Fool's Theory announce more details about the game, adding that it will be worth the wait. The creator of Fool's Theory, Jakub Rokosz, said that studio's goal is to bring players another great game from the iconic Witcher series. Witcher Remake hasn't yet opened a release window.